So here's the plan. There are 4 mods that I want to accomplish for this trailer. The first one is actually the coupler. I want to opt out for something that's a little bit more user friendly. Second, I think we can all agree that this deck has seen better days. The third thing I want to add is a gate assist because this gate is 100% steel and is super heavy. And fourth is the rusty rails. Now, considering that it's gonna get scratched up and the luck that I've had with this trailer, I just decided to just let it go and rethink it for another day. First pit stop is Home Depot. We gotta grab a couple things. I am far from an expert when it comes to a project like this, which is the reason why the first step is to do some research. I think these are gonna be it. I'm gonna need 8 of these. 8. And 8 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 hex. So, haha. I was right. Okay, so we'll get a 60 and a 40. Phase 1 is the coupler. I want to completely remove this old coupler and replace it with this one. Okay, goes like that. Aww. Okay. Moving on to phase 2, the wood deck. When it comes to the sander, it was so annoying. I thought it was going to be a whole lot easier getting a bigger sander and, you know, it would handle a lot of the deck even faster, but apparently it just ended up being more of a headache than anything, especially because some of the areas here are flat and other areas are obviously not that leveled. Here we go again. The goal for today is to remove the rest of the red stain here. As you can see, this is what it looks like once the red stain is completely off. We have power! That's not good. What did I need to do? So they didn't have the 40. So I guess we're gonna try this out. This better work. Oh! Wow, that was dirty. The hardest part about this isn't that it's taking forever. The hardest part is the fact that the boards are not even. So even though it seems like some of them are really easy just to kind of go, you know, make a long stroke back and forth, some of them are so uneven that it's almost like you have to like pivot the machine in like 3 different angles in order for you to kind of start removing a lot of that red finish. And that's the hard part. I wish it was all leveled, but when it comes to a utility trailer, it's no wonder why they use, you know, just cheap wood. So that is a reason why I wanted to kind of update the flooring for my trailer. Here is my progress so far. As you can see, all this right here is still left that's red. I still want to go over the other planks that I did before because it's been out and exposed. I really want it to be even with the ones I just did. So you can kind of see that this one right here, I did that previously and I just decided, you know what, what's one more plank today? So these are freshly done today, including half of this one here, a little bit over half. And this is what I have remaining of the red stain. So I think we've made really good progress considering our wasted, or should I say, a lot of obstacles wasted my time today. After several days of sanding, we can finally start staining. And the color I'm gonna go with is classic black. And all I have is a paintbrush and just a little cloth to remove the extra stain on there. I parked it in the sun, so hopefully it can start drying. Have I stained before? No. I think we understood the assignment when I said I've never done this before, okay? I was heavy-handed on 2/3 of it. I'm gonna change that on the second coat. But for now, this looks pretty good. Phase 4, the gate assist. I bought this trailer gate lift assist kit from Amazon and the reviews were great, but the top complaint about this was that the instructions were hard to follow. After looking at the 2 bags of hardware, it honestly didn't look too complicated, so I just went ahead with it. Now there were other options, but this was literally half the price. How this works is underneath there's already holes that are already pre-drilled, so you want to align this about 1/4 on the edge so you can see that mark where I already made it, and you want to make a mark on where the holes are where you will need to start drilling. So if I kind of align it here, you can see that that's where the hole aligns there. Then you want to take the other piece of the tube and do the exact same thing, align it as close as possible and drill holes there as well. Now the problem I kept running into while working on this was the drill bits. I went through so many. So this is how much progress I have, and we ran into a slight issue. How is this supposed to be meant for metal and it's literally chewing it up? Look. Do I have to go to Home Depot and actually get one that's better? Because these things are not that cheap. I want to try one more thing. One more thing. I also got E-tracks for my ATV, and these were originally galvanized, but I got the confidence to sand them down and spray them myself. Now they do sell them in black already, but that was just a little bit more expensive, so I decided to give it a shot and try it out on my own to see if I can get the same type of effect. And to be honest with you, this was probably the easiest part of the entire project. Forgot to file one more. This one didn't go to me yet. Problems? These holes are not drilled exactly straight down, just because, you know, user error. But the difficult part is, regardless if I put this one first or that one first, I'm still gonna have the same struggle. So I'm just trying to make sure that I can thread the bolt through, because I needed to come out through this hole here. So that is the current struggle. Shouldn't be hard. Don't understand why it's taking me long. Yeah, yay, we did it. Now I need... That has to be a motorcycle. That has to be a motorcycle. We just have to test it out a few times and see what makes the best choice. All right, please work. I'm barely holding it up. I'm using literally a finger. That was so much easier. Oh, this is so much better. What I'm gonna end up doing is actually lift it up a little more to put more weight on the springs, just to make it even easier than it already was to bring the gate up and down. So I'm just gonna adjust it. Nice. Okay, I think that is a way better spot to put it. So now I need to get the bolts to set this in place. Now that is a pretty straight hole, if you ask me. Do not mind my boo-boo going up, okay? The whole point is that looks pretty straight, so this should be able to feed in through there nice and easily. Now I gotta do the same thing on the other side. And here is the other side done. I got the E-tracks measured and the tie down points, so all we have to do is finish up the other side. And just to prove my point with this video, I'm literally just missing one. So I'm gonna have to go to the store later and install that one. But of course, one would be missing. The total amount of time I spent on my trailer was 3 weeks, and it was on and off since November. That took way too much time that I would have liked to spend on it, but I learned a lot of things along the way. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe. Bye!